But the number one tip, try your best, and this will be from middle school to high school to college. I promise you, if you don't listen to anything else, listen to this. What's up, Bazzle babes? It's your girl Joy, back with another banger. How you doing? Are you guys ready for school? Well, baby, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're ready. But you know, when I'm in my closet, my nerves are bad. School is starting in 1 week. So I will be back at school, and then the kids, they come back the following week. So when I left the school, I had to take everything down. Y'all remember what my classroom looks like? I mean, that's fine. That's fine. So they went through the whole school, not renovation, but they're painting the whole school. It is 1 week before school. I haven't been in there. I haven't been able to get in. The principal says no. It's not ready. They're still working. A week before school, they're still painting. Some of it is done and it looks very nice from what I did see. And we can't hang anything on the walls. Probably for 2 months. We have to meet our parents for meet the teacher. Looking like bare, plain, naked, white, no color, no personality, no excitement, no enthusiasm, just desks. But that's okay. It is what it is. There's nothing I could do about it. But have you seen this room? Look, just look around for yourself. All the work that needs to be done. All the things that are just piled on top of each other. Organizing of papers. Getting your thoughts right. Start your printing. Start organizing all your files. Work on new ideas so you can start implementing them. That may be getting little bundles together, printing, laminating. But we can't hang anything on the walls. And we still can't get in. They're still painting the rooms. My anxiety is up here because I like to prepare. I like to be ready when the babies come. So it is a little stressful for me. It is a little sad. I'm a little disappointed too, because one of the joys of teaching is fixing up your room. I mean, and then to see all the kids' faces when they enter the room, that's part of the joy. And we won't have that. It's not the end of the world, of course not. But it's something that, you know, I'm gonna miss doing and have to do it after 60 days after school starts. So that's gonna be a bit of a challenge if you know what my room typically looks like, and they'll probably have new expectations. Can't do this to the walls, can't do that. You know, when everything is new, there's so many expectations put on that. So I'm just waiting to see what happens, and then I'm implementing new things this year, so I'm a little nervous about that, and just getting in there and getting to work and hoping that I don't have to deal with too much apathy, reluctant students who don't want to learn, students who don't care, students who only want to be in their cell phone, students who are disrespectful. I'm just hoping that I won't have to deal with too much of that. I didn't have too much of that last year. I really didn't, because I do value my students and building relationships with them and really caring about them. I really do. So I didn't have too many of those problems. I did have a few, maybe two, but not really. That's not really the butt of my class, because I just adore my students with my whole heart. And if there's a problem, 9 times out of 10 it's not me. It's an issue that that student has, or maybe it is me, I don't know. But the biggest complaint is that Miss Bazzle gives too much work, which really grinds my gears, because if you're not doing the work that I give you, yeah, it will pile on and it will feel like a lot of work. Absolutely. But if you are on pace and you're doing what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, because I do give dates when things are due, and if you don't do them, yes, it's going to pile up. I even allow time in class to do them. So I'm supposed to stop my pace to wait for you, wait for about 2-3 students to catch up and decide to do their work. How's that fair to me or all the other students who are doing that work? And if you don't understand something, I'm always there for tutorials. I'm always in my class. I have an open door. I have tutorials twice a week. Come on in, come on in. And if you're not taking the initiative, or if the student is not taking initiative, why is it now my fault? I'm always there. You have tiger time, you have that homeroom class. You can do your work then. But what do you choose to do? Or what would a student choose? Not to use their time wisely. It's about time management. And I think as teachers, we need to teach kids how to manage their time, but it's a matter of them not wanting to manage their time. They can spend hours and hours and hours, I'm talking about hours, on social media, but to put that same energy and stuff into schoolwork, in most cases, it is not there. And then the teachers look like the bad guy. Oh, don't give the child homework. But if you're an athlete, and you play a sport, does the coach just teach you a skill that one time and you don't practice it? Where they do that at? So that means you're either not going to make the team or your team is losing. So in order to get better at anything, you got to practice. I remember when I was in school, I had homework all the time. It was never a complaint. It is what it is. The price is the price. You don't pay the price, you're going to fail the class or you're going to fall behind. So you got to deal with it. So you got to do what you got to do to get better at something, just like your brain. If you're not exercising that brain besides looking at videos all the time with your phone and practicing your skill, how are you going to get better? So I'm hoping that we have a great year. I'm hoping that I can encourage the kids, but I am a little nervous because it is a week before school and we're still not allowed to get into our classrooms because of this big painting project. It's really gonna be nice. So it's just a little nerve-wracking, but it'll all come together. It is what it is. But it's like I'm just ready and I need to print, and sometimes I need to print things out to see it and sort through it. I'm a paper person, to organize my thoughts and this and that. So I'm trying to be more proactive instead of reactive and stressed out getting to school with a new idea that ran through my head, because that's how my brain works, and don't have the time. So I'm trying to be ahead instead of having to stay after school until 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, which I do which I usually do. But for me, when the students leaves and it's the end of the day, it's my day to reflect. What can I do better? How can I be a better teacher? What went wrong with that lesson? So it's a whole lot of things that I do, and it's calm, it's peaceful, and I can think, because there's no time for that during the school day. It's just boom, 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 boom. It is like brrr, the entire day. So when the day is over, it's for me, I don't feel like I have to rush out, but it's for me, okay, take it all in, reflect on the day. What do you have to do for the next day? What can you do better? How can you switch this lesson? So it's always about that, so I'm just ready. And I'm just anxious to get going and to get all the thoughts out of my head and meet my new babies and embrace and love on my new babies and get going. So if you are getting ready for your new year, what are some things that you are planning your first week of school? I mean, we have the get to know you activities, but a lot of the kids, they already know each other, because I'll be doing 7th and 8th, and a lot of the 6th graders have been at the school, so we get a few new students. But I don't want to spend too much time on getting to know you, because the way I'll be teaching this year, I'll have a lot of time to build relationships and work one-on-one and work with more groups this year. So I have some things in mind, and I'm really excited and hope that they go well. Hope that the students really embrace these ideas and new ways of learning. So I'm excited about that. So let us know what you'll be doing for the new school year. Leave it in the comment section below. And what are some things that maybe you're nervous about or looking forward to this school year? And if you're a student, what are some things you're looking forward to this school year? We're going to think about it in a positive light, not negative. Or don't say less work. No, that's not what life is about. When you get a job, sometimes, honey, you work overtime. You put it in. You put it in, honey. It is what it is. It is what it is, because you can spend numerous hours on taking a talk. Use some of that time to do your schoolwork. Study, review your notes, read them over, practice, create test questions. Yes, come to tutorials, you know, to put in that extra time, because there are other things outside of social media, and social media has really taken over this generation. When I was growing up, we didn't have all that. We went outside to play, we communicated, we wrote letters, we rode bikes. We were outside all the time when I was growing up, and we had homework. It is what it is. A parent never questioned a teacher. Never. Never, 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 never. The teacher said what she said. I don't know any teachers who go to school to lie on students, like that's their goal. No. Not saying all, but no one that I know. No, we're in it for the students. I'm in it. I want to see my students grow. I want to see them excel. But it needs to be a two-way street, like a relationship. Just like a relationship needs to be a relationship and a partnership between the student, the parents, and the teacher. And if you don't have that partnership, it's hard. It's hard. It only feels like the teacher's working. Or some parents may feel as though they're the only ones working. I don't know. But for me, I can only speak for me. If you don't have that buy-in from the parent and they're keeping their child, holding them accountable, then it does make it a little harder. And when the child says, well, she said she handed it in, but miss, I'm telling you, I'm looking at it right here. I said what I said. You know, in very few instances, they didn't have a name on it, or was put in the wrong spot. So, but 9 times out of 10, you can catch more, how does the saying go? You can get more bees with honey than lemon. And so the relationship you build with your teacher, this is a tip for students. Tip number 1, do your work. But the number 1 tip, try your best, and this will be from middle school to high school to college. I promise you, if you don't listen to anything else, listen to this. Always have a good relationship with your teacher. Be respectful, be helpful, do your work, don't talk back. Just be a good person and build a good relationship with your teachers. I promise you. And why do I say that? Because sometimes it will make the difference between a 69, 68, or that 70, or that 75, or that 88, and you've been trying your best for that A, for that 90. It makes a difference. But if you have been rude, disrespectful, and you have put in no work, no effort, you think that teacher's gonna put in work and effort for you? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And it has worked for all of my children. And I always tell them, always be respectful to your teachers. And whenever a teacher says something, this is just for me, it was what the teacher said. Because I know my children. Now, if a teacher says something about one of my kids, those who know me, I bet you could tell who I'm talking about. Bobby. If one of my teachers says something about Bobby, I believe Bobby. I believe Bobby. What she said was gold. All the teachers would go to Bobby. Bobby did such and such. Now, Bobby, yes, it's just something about her. Even her coach, now that she's in college, even she goes to Bobby and have these deep conversations with Bobby and want to know her point of view, her opinion about certain things. It's just something about Bobby. Now, Sydney, Clinton, whatever the teacher said. you got to know your children, right? But at the end of the day, maintain good, even if you don't like the teacher, hold your tongue. Hold your tongue. Maybe set up a meeting to discuss how you feel and just talk about it. But baby, when you disrespectful and rude to a teacher, it's not gonna get you nowhere. I promise you. So if you don't take any other advice, take that one. It will help you out when you're in a bind. And if a teacher needs to go above and beyond, they'll remember how you made them feel. And you will remember how the teacher made you feel. So, with that said, I'm gonna go open my computers and try to figure out and do some planning. But I'm excited about getting back to school, meeting my students, and getting going. Because everything, whatever, if you're a student, everything that we did before, most of it will be totally different. So if you're coming in with a different ideology of what happened the year before, because I'll be teaching 7th grade and 8th grade, so some of my 7th grade students will also be in my 8th grade, it's going to be completely different. So with that said, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of my students who will now be in 8th grade. I'm excited about that, especially some of my babies who really worked very, very hard, and new ones too. And hopefully I'll be able to encourage them, reach them, and give them an experience that they'll want to remember for a lifetime, and hopefully make an impact on them in some kind of way. I hope, like I will never be forgotten. I don't know, I hope to be one of those teachers, and that's always my goal, is to really more than the lesson, but give them something that they'll always cherish in their hearts. All right, until next time. Okay, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Hit your post notification so you know next time I upload a video. Period. And I love you. Until next time. Later.